What is the best primary weapon for your mastery rank? Well, in today's video, I will be giving you and counting down the best possible primary weapons for your mastery rank, starting in mastery rank 0, going up all the way to mastery rank 16, where you unlock your final weapon. Couple of things that I want you guys to know. I will be making a separate video for secondaries and melees, just so I keep this video as short as humanly possible and as, I guess, not as difficult for me to create, because then I would have a massive amount of weapons to go through. Second of all, I want you guys to know that Incarnate adapter weapons are going to be excluded. They are, I guess, weapons that you get further down the line, so there's something that I don't really want to include in this video. They're going to be upgraded variants of the base weapons, so that's pretty normal. Weapons such as the Felarks, the Fenmore can be in the list because they're normal Incarnate weapons. For the secondaries and melee, that's going to be the same thing. Kit guns and saws are going to be excluded as well. Modifications are going to be corresponding to the actual mastery rank that the weapon is, so keep that in mind. Now, I probably will be using maxed out duration, but I will be playing survival mod in the void, base star chart, and steel path when the weapon is actually qualified for it. So without any more dilly-dallying and making this video any longer than it should be, if you want to, skip to your mastery rank down in the little thing below, and let's get straight into it. At mastery rank 0, we have our trusted Baratin, a weapon that you're gonna be forgetting quite soon. Critical chance 12%, status 6%, and crit multiplier 1.6, primarily slash damage. This weapon can be used up to Mars. It is an okay weapon for your low mastery rank. When I say low, I mean mastery rank 0. So in that sense, it is an okay weapon. It's pretty much, you're gonna be forgetting about it once you get a little bit better weapons down the list, but it's okay for those beginner planets. At mastery rank 1, we have the Carrack. The Carrack is an interesting weapon. It has primarily impact, 9% critical chance, 15% status chance, and then a 1.5 times crit multiplier. Again, a typical sub rifle, nothing to write home about. It has impact, which makes it a little bit worse than the Baratin, but nonetheless, it's an okay-ish weapon for mastery rank 1. At mastery rank 2, we have the famous Boltor. It has primarily puncture damage, it gives you crit chance of 10%, it gives you 14% status chance, and 1.8 times crit multiplier, and that's basically it. Puncture, again, a little bit worse than, of course, Slash with the Baratin. All of these weapons, you might be saying that the modifications are pretty much the plain and simple, being just base damage, and that is it. At mastery rank 3, we have the Gorgon. The Gorgon is a weapon that you actually obtain from heavy gunners instead of the market. If there's a special requirement, I will actually name it. It has a large magazine capacity of 90, it has primarily impact, but it has 17% crit chance and a 1.5 times crit multiplier and a status percent chance of 9%. It being 17% crit chance means you can mod it for crit chance, which is very good, which if you do have this mod, the Hunter Munitions mod, put it on there, is going to be incredibly good, allowing you to decimate enemies, and you're gonna see this mod quite a lot, so get it if you possibly can. At mastery rank 4, we have the Heck. The Heck is an incredibly good shotgun at this low mastery rank. It has primarily puncture, 10% critical chance, 2.0 times crit multiplier, and a status chance of 10.70% status. So honestly, just focus on pure damage with this weapon again, and that's pretty much how you're going to go. At mastery rank 5, we have a grenade launcher, the Tonkor, and this is where things get a little bit better. Primarily puncture on its grenade hit, on its explosion, we do have, well, blast. It has a 25% critical chance and a 2.5 times multiplier with a status chance of 10%. It has 1 grenade per shot, so 1 grenade, reload 1 grenade. The good thing about it is it has a, well, 10% of course status chance, and it's a crit weapon, and it's also AoE. Hunter Munitions is gonna work amazing on this weapon. For a mastery rank 5 weapon, this is incredibly good. The Tonkor used to be an incredible weapon, but sadly it got nerfed a while ago, but nonetheless, for mastery rank 5, it is an incredibly good weapon. The Cinta is the Mastery Rank 6 weapon of choice. It is a bow weapon. We do have the charge mechanic giving you different stats. So quick shot, 20% status, 20% critical chance, sorry, 2.0 times crit multiplier, and it has a status chance of 30%. Then the charge shot has 36% crit chance, 3.0, and then 32% status. And then the perfect shot mechanic has 20% crit chance, 2 times critical multiplier, and then 34% status chance. So the charge shot is your best option, at least stats wise. The perfect shot does have heat damage, then charge shot has puncture and also slash, and then the quick shot also has puncture. Nonetheless, this is a pretty cool weapon with a pretty cool mechanic as well, and it is quite interesting. For Master Rank 6 weapon, it is incredibly good. Master Rank 7, we have the first prime weapon, the Soma Prime. The Soma Prime has primarily slash damage, 30% critical chance, 3.0 times crit multiplier, and a status chance of 10%. It is incredibly good at shredding through enemies. I wouldn't take this weapon into Steel Path. It does have an Incarnate adapter as well, which makes it usable in Steel Path, but without it, I definitely wouldn't take this weapon inside of Steel Path. Now, if you cannot get yourself the Soma Prime, the Baza is an incredible weapon as well. Master Rank 8, we have the Exceltra. And the Exceltra is one of my favorite weapons in the game. It is an AoE weapon, 32% crit chance, 2.8 times multiplier, and a 6% status chance. It does primarily puncture damage and also does guaranteed impact on the actual hit. So if you're beyond, I think it is going to be 4 meters, it has an explosion, dealing slash and puncture as well. It has the same stats as the normal variant, but it doesn't have impact. That has puncture and also slash. Nonetheless, an amazing Mastery Rank 8 weapon to play with. So moving on to Mastery Rank 9. Mastery Rank 9, we have the Phantasma. The Phantasma does radiation damage, does impact. It has 3.0 crit chance, 1.5 times multiplier, and a 22% status chance. It is a beam weapon, making it incredibly good at basically melting everything. If you do not have the Phantasma, the Ignis Wraith is another amazing option to get here. And this weapon is useful even in Steel Path, which the gameplay is from. It is really, really good. At Mastery Rank 10, we have the base Orca Plasmor. It is an incredible AoE shotgun dealing radiation damage and forced impact procs, and has 22% critical chance, 1.8 times crit multiplier, and a 28% status chance. A really, really good weapon. Once I got this weapon a while back, it was incredibly good. At Master Rank 11, we have actually a surprise even for me. It is the Synapse. This weapon is a beam weapon dealing corrosive damage, and it has a crit chance of 39%, 2.7 times multiplier, and a 13% status chance. It is a hit scan weapon, or I guess a beam weapon in general. It is incredibly good. I love this weapon. I'm actually surprised by how efficient this weapon is, even in Steel Path, so keep that in mind. At Mastery Rank 12, we have a controversial one. It is going to be the Prisma Lens. I love the Prisma Lens. In my opinion, it is incredibly good. It does, of course, impact the damage. If you hit it with an arrow, it has forced impact procs. It has a 50% critical chance, 2.8 times multiplier, and a 16% status chance. On explosion, it has, first of all, cold on the initial blast, and then the bubble collapse, it has blast damage. The stats are pretty much the same throughout all of the phases, I guess. So on hit, and then moving on to the initial blast, and then the, I guess, implosion, then with the stats stay the same at 50%, 2.8 times, and 16%. This is a really good weapon, and I was surprised by this weapon, to be completely honest with you. At Master Rank 13, we have a shotgun, the Trumna, being, first of all, as I said, a shotgun, and then charging it up by killing enemies. You get a massive explosion and AoE grenade launcher. It has, of course, heat damage as its base damage type, and also a little bit of impact, 24% crit chance, crit multiplier of 2.2 times, status chance of 30%, and then the AoE does heat damage. It has basically the same stats as the normal auto mode. Here also the Bubonico is an incredibly good shotgun weapon as well, so if you have that one, use that one. I just prefer the Trumna over that. And then Master Rank 14, we actually have two incredible weapons here, the Felarx and the Fenmore. The Felarx is my personal choice, but you know, it differs. These are our first Incarnate weapons that we get. First of all, moving on, the base shotgun mode is really good. It has slash damage, it has a crit chance of 20%, a 2.8 times multiplier, and a status chance of 13%. Actually, I mistakenly said that it's a 5.5 status chance. Now the Incarnate mode does radiation damage and impact as well. We're not going to focus on crit chance multiplier, but on status we have 20%. First of all, because crit chance and that is not important, because the last evolution is giving us a 50% chance to do 2000% extra damage on non-critical hits, so we're not going to be focusing on that. But the evolutions are right there, so you can check them out, which ones I'm using. Nonetheless, moving on to Master Rank 15, second to last one, the Proboscis Cernos. This is one of the Cernos variants. It basically is a bow and arrow, which when you, I guess, throw, or I guess shoot an arrow, it drags in enemies, dealing slash damage. It does viral damage as well, having a really low critical chance of 7%, 1.8 times multiplier, but an amazing 43% chance, critical percent chance. Incredibly good weapon. This is an amazing weapon to drag enemies in and decimate them all the way, basically. At Master Rank 16, our last Master Rank, we have the Tenant Plasmor, my favorite shotgun in the game, dealing radiation damage, 22% critical chance, a 2.8 times crit multiplier, dealing force impact procs. Its bullets bouncing all over the place, so I think they bounce 3 times if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm mistaken. And it does have, let me just find it really quick, I actually forgot, 34% status chance. It is much better than the base variant, but nonetheless, that was from Master Rank 0 to Master Rank 16. Do leave in the comment section below, what do you think I have mistakenly put in the list, or maybe what I've done bad? It is all up to you. This is my subjective list. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, do leave a like, a comment, and do subscribe for more, and I will see you guys on my next video. This has been the Game Weasel, over and out.